Now, here's the Google search term, and we'll see if these NSA Darpa trolls are able to block you in a mass swarm attack. Ron Paul exploding. Ron Paul exploding. 3 words, put in the Google search engine, and I want you to ram it into Yahoo and ram it into every other system. And I want you to get this article at Infowars.com, because it won't matter if they block this. We're going to forewind it all over the internet. And the video's about to go up on that page, so just send that link out. Ron Paul exploding. Dr. Paul is reaching a tipping point, which no one can ignore, emerging as the front runner in the GOP 2012 propaganda. They are attacking him from every angle with every bit of propaganda and garbage they've got, because they know his message is cyanide to them. And the video is now live. Good job, Aaron. And I'm sick of you working 48 hours in a row. Go home and get some sleep. I love you. Ron Paul exploding. The establishment media's attempt to ignore Ron Paul's 2012 campaign for president has become so blatant following his close second finish in Iowa straw poll that even mainstream reporters cannot ignore the biased attempt to drown out his message. Despite their best effort, Ron Paul continues to explode in popularity, surfacing repeatedly at the top of major polls, and his message transcends the political gatekeepers. Dr. Paul is reaching a tipping point, which no one can ignore, emerging as the front runner in the GOP 2012 primary. He's the only real candidate. Everything else is propaganda, despite attempts to feed the populace more empty suits, pro-war, big government candidates. And there's our video, Ron Paul tipping point. So I want you to make this the #1 search term, Ron Paul exploding! I want something to get across to people. I believe everything I'm saying here, and I know I'm right. Okay? I mean, have you opened a history book lately? You studied every other culture? I mean, everything the system's doing spells not some boss hog corruption. I just got chills. But hardcore systematic extermination government. I mean, you think the government's out of control now, folks? If they take us over the edge, and we're right at the edge, it is going to be hell. And we're probably going to go into it. And many of you are going to look back on this show years from now and say, man, now I know what that guy was talking about. You ain't seen nothing yet, ladies and gentlemen. 7 million people starved to death in the banker-designed implosion of the Great Depression. And we're in a lot worse shape financially, spiritually, societally, economically now. We are set for a fall that is going to make that look like a walk in the park, a cakewalk, Sunday school. It's going to, I mean, listen, I am completely freaked out. I mean, I moved the country over this. I know I'm right. I'm right about gold. I'm right about the wars, because the globalist alt-right handbooks, it's all public. World government, the end of the family. Germany's already passed laws under carbon taxes by 2020. No one will be allowed in new houses to live as a single family. You live in these weird communist dormitories. I mean, we're being Sovietized by hardcore bankers. I can't believe you idiots that serve the system, you idiots that think you're going to join with this and get some power out of it. You don't make a deal with death, morons. And I can't believe people think I'm exceptional, that I'm something special. What are you talking about? A bunch of hardcore criminals take over and want to totally gut the country, and you think it's weird to get upset? My children have no future if we don't beat these people. And I wish people were strong enough to see the psychological warfare and know what we're facing. By increments, we've been taught to give in to a bunch of greedy, demonic, spindly neck, chicken neck, goblin-faced control freaks running our lives, and it's time to get angry about it and say no, that we're awake and we don't care what happens, we're going head up against you. End of story. We're running over you, scum. Bunch of filth. We're doing the Google search term, Ron Paul exploding, and see if they can ram it through the enemy. Ron Paul exploding, Ron Paul exploding. That'll lead them back to our video and article exposing their fraud. I got the clip coming up from the Federal Reserve channel. Why would Jon Stewart, the brother of the head of the New York Stock Exchange, a big globalist, be pointing out that Ron Paul is dominating the election? because he wasn't talking about it, and the rest of the media was basically playing Ron Paul down, and so there was a big backlash. And so if they can't beat us, they're going to join us. That's what's happening. And that's what I said last night in videos I shot.